From each happily ever after, every wish upon a star. Let's break down the movies that shaped who we are. From memory lane to now and everything in between. The most famous of films to the ones we've never seen. Decade by decade, all the times we laughed and cried. And with a little pixie dust, they will all take flight. Reliving the feelings, and we're trying our very best. And if they mean the same to you, please be our guest. So hop aboard, we would love to have you as we hang with a certain mouth, the whole gang too. If you love nostalgia stuff, we hope this does the trick. Thanks for joining us as we deep dive the magic.
Hi, and welcome back to the Deep Diving the Magic podcast. I'm KJ.
And I am Jeffrey, and we are back today with the 129th Disney feature-length film. From March the 11th, 1977, it is a film called The Littlest Horse Thieves. That's right, for those following along, we have made it to the year 1977. And for those that are also following along, we talked about how did we know which film was the last film of 76, because there was two films released on the same day. There's also two films released on March 11th, 1977. So the next film we're going to watch also came out on the same day. But regardless, we made it to film 129 from March, like I said, 11th of 1977. We made it to a new year. And it is a film called The Littlest Horse Thieves.
Not to be confused with The Littlest Outlaw.
It's true.
I keep confusing that in my head.
The only facts that I had on this is that in different parts of the world, this film is also known as Escape from the Dark.
Yes, I did see that.
Would you like to start us off with a synopsis of The Littlest Horse Thieves / Escape from the Dark / the first film of 1977?
Three young children set out about rescuing unwanted pit ponies that are due to be sent to a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, that's, not tragic at all. But go ahead. What else you got? Got any facts or anything else about this film?
Well, some trivias I found was due to Disney's completed acquisitions of other film industries and further release date changes for future films. This marks one of the last times more than one Disney film has been theoretically released on the same day.
There you go.
This film was released on the same day as the Disney animated feature film, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Well, way to ruin our outro.
Boo, boo, boo. Like they're going to remember that. Come on, guys. You're going to stick here just to see what's next. And the film's working title was originally Pit Ponies. And the location filming took place at Ripley Castle in Yorkshire. And it is the 94th live-action film produced by Disney.
It's also a film that came out in 1977, and the first Disney feature-length film that we ever dove into came out in 37, so we've been watching films for 40 years.
Yes, we have.
Were you going to say that?
No,
Oh.
I'm just agreeing with you.
You were looking at me like I stole your thunder, and I was like, yeah.
Can't believe you.
Yeah, 37.
My notes.
37 to 77. Okay, back to your notes. What else you have?
Well, that was it pretty much for trivia and stuff, so, I mean.
All right. So we diving right into The Littlest Horse Thieves?
I did do some research.
Yeah.
There. Because in the beginning, I was very confused about what was going on. Did you talk about the setting? Okay, so
Yorkshire, England, 1909.
all right, so this film is set up in a coal mining town of the early 1900s. Like you said, it was filmed in Yorkshire, and the release in the UK was known as Escape from the Dark, like you had mentioned earlier. It's a family adventure with surprisingly emotional depth. It opens up in a small mining community that depends on these little pit ponies, which are very much smaller than your regular like horse. But it's like a full-grown horse, but like pony size. So I guess that's why they call them pit ponies, because they work in the pits of the mine. They are gentle horses, and they haul the coal deep underground, and then for generations they've been used to work side by side with the miners, and they're treated both as coworkers and beloved companions.
That's right. We're gonna see how
Especially
beloved they
Flash.
actually are. Yeah.
Question: do you think that's where Marvel got their idea for the Flash?
No.
Aw, Jeffrey.
I mean,
I was really hoping you'd go.
keep talking while I look this up here.
What, the Flash?
Keep talking.
So anyway, this film opened up. We were inside of a mine. I was very confused. Um, if you've ever rode Big Thunder Mountain,
No, Big Thunder Mountain is way cooler than this. I thought the same thing. But go ahead.
okay, which is being closed for refurbishment for right now, both at Disney World and Disneyland, and it that has like some mining tidbits in the thing if you're not familiar with mining at all. And one of the things that you see in the movie is I think it was later on towards the end, but they use little birds to go through to make sure there's no gas and there's enough oxygen and stuff in there to breathe because the birds will actually die before the
Hmm.
miners will. So if you see your birds not singing anymore, you need to quickly get out because you don't have much longer left.
Yep.
And
Can I jump
that
in?
that was a live action thing here, but it's also in the queue. We'll have to see if it's in the queue when it comes back.
You said,
I said.
and I quote, "Do you think that this is where Marvel got the idea to name it the Flash?" And I looked it up to verify that the first Flash comic came out in 1939, 2 years after Snow White,
Okay.
40 years before this film came out.
I wasn't really a fan of the Flash, sorry. Anyway, so do you think they got the idea to name this pony Flash from the Flash?
No.
Yes, I think so.
All right. Well, so we thought off we were in the mines. There's some horses in the mines, like you mentioned. There's this horse called Flash that is kind of everybody's favorite. I
He's like
don't
the oldest
I
here.
don't really reference him until the end.
Oh my gosh.
And my thing is not letting me do this. Hold on.
He
All
was a
right.
great pony.
Yeah, I mean,
He was the best.
he is the star of the movie. Why can't I do this? All right, whatever. So there's horses in the mines. They get a new boss guy. The boss guy thinks that machines can handle more tons than the horses can.
Richard Sandman.
Sure. They think that he thinks that machines will be able to get them more productivity than the horses. Um,
So he's basically just been sent here to modernize the whole operation of the mines.
yep. There's also some children that work in the mines. They kind of just take care of the horses after their shifts. The new manager thinks that the horses are past their time and the boys are too young. The new manager also has a daughter whose name is Alice, not to be confused with the other two Alices in Disney films that we've watched so far. The Disney film or the daughter's name is Alice. She's my favorite character in this film by far. Um, who's your favorite character in this film?
Flash!
So whatever. This manager has a daughter named Alice. She's a young girl. She drinks her soup very loudly. She's
What other movie did we watch where they drank the soup extremely loudly? Oh, it was Clue. Never mind.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. The manager states that they have to get rid of the ponies to turn them more of a profit. He says machines over ponies. The men that work in the mines, which is the entire town, are not too stoked about this because they're afraid of what's going to happen to their jobs next.
Yeah.
Um, I know the feeling. Um, the the boys, there's two boys whose father passed away in the mines in an explosion, and the mother remarried the guy who was in the mine that the father went to go take care of. So
We later find out that he was actually, so their stepfather was actually their father's best friend and they worked together in the mine.
yeah, and
You don't find that out till the end.
but
though.
the
Why?
father went to go save this guy, and the kids hold a grudge.
Yeah.
Um, the boys run off with their dog.
And I think it's a like Is it like a little whippet?
I
Is
haven't-
it? I don't know. It
Um,
looked like a little groundhound whippet dog. I don't know.
the boys go off with their dog, and same time the little girl, who's like a prim and proper girl, comes from a classy family, is out flying her kite, and the dog scares the little girl.
Was she supposed to have a
Yeah,
governess?
she's waiting for her governess to get there because they just moved there. The boys end up helping her get her kite down, and they all play together.
Yeah.
So now it's two boys and a girl. I don't remember the boys' names, but her name is
It is
Alice.
Dave and Tommy.
Yeah. She tells them. She basically at this point says that she heard from her father that the ponies are going to be gone. Much to their shock, they run home to tell their stepfather, who also works in the mines, like I said. He cares more about the men, which causes an argument because again they hold the grudge. But the girl's like, well, before these ponies go away, I want to go see them. So Alice dresses as one of the boys to go down in the mines to see the ponies before they are gone.
And it's humorous because the smallest one is left in her dress in the bushes.
1970s you. Basically, so there's no more work for the ponies. We also this is where we meet the Alice's governess, who's a really creepy lady. The kids are basically hoping that the horses will be let free into the field, but that's not the case. As you mentioned earlier, they are going straight to the slaughterhouse. The daughter is very upset, and she breaks the news to the boys. So they decide that they have to steal the horses because, of course, they do. Um, they break into her father's office to attempt to find a map to find out more information about saving the horses. They go to like look into it. She falls through like a broken plank, almost hurts herself.
Yeah.
Um, they're not going to tell anybody about their plan at first, but then they end up admitting their plan to like this older man who like helps them. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they end up getting like an engine running, and like an old engine that will operate an old elevator into the pit. One of the boys goes down trying to plan out their attack, but he brings down like a rope, but he gets lost,
String. It's like
like a spool.
spool of string.
He gets lost and stressed out, and he's like, "Oh no, I want to die down here." But then he ends up finding his rope back
Yeah,
to
but
safety.
the younger brother is setting
Yeah,
up above ground with the girl, and he keeps talking about he's probably going to get lost down there in the dark, and he's just going to become a skeleton. Not a skeleton, a skeleton, like Jack
Like
Skellington.
Um, Alice gets caught by her mother, and then it cuts to the next scene, which is the pony's last day in the pit. Um, but the boys tell their stepfather that they don't care; they're not bothered to see them. Um,
Which, if they made such a stink about it, wouldn't that, as a parent, raise red flags? Just
okay, I don't know.
I think it should have.
The boys are stressed because Alice doesn't show up on time, but then she finally shows up.
Yeah.
The men think that they are being replaced by machines, um, because they hear the sound of the boys' like engine for their pit elevator. Um, the boys sneak in and start grabbing the ponies. Um, the boys' parents believe that they have run away, and the stepdad tries to go to find them. The machine isn't working as planned. Like basically, she can't get the elevator to work,
Yeah.
and the boys are afraid that they're going to get stuck down there. But then that nice old man comes back to help them.
Yeah.
Um, But then they get the horses above ground, and the horses are afraid. They're nervous because they've been underground
For
for
years.
14 years.
Well, Flash has, because he's the oldest.
Mhm.
Not all of them.
Okay, well the one whatever. So for
Yeah.
14 years he's been underground. Um, they end up getting them all up. They have to go hide in the hiding place. Um, the father goes to check on Alice, but then realizes that she's gone. Like she basically like tucked it in her pillows to make it look like she was sleeping.
Yeah.
Um, And at the same time, he gets a message saying that the ponies are gone also. Dun, dun, dun. Anything so far? All right. So whatever. So fill you in real quick. Synopsis. Kids have stolen to save the horses. Horses are scared. The children end up getting caught.
But we do find out, because the old man is
That
looking
way,
at
yeah.
that helped them with the horses, that I don't know all of them, but for sure, Flash had some kind of eye infection that was caused by
The
the
dust
cold
storm.
debris,
Yeah.
and it's basically caused him to go blind. And
But he,
nobody knew when he was underground because he just knew his way around. But now that he's above ground, he's not familiar with that area, so he really is struggling to kind of get around.
yeah, they like mentioned earlier that after his shift, he goes right into like
His stall to
his
get fed,
yeah, because
and he knows when his shift
because
is over,
he knows how to get there.
and he knows when his shift is over, so he will always go there.
Yep. So the kids end up getting caught, and they beg for them not to take the ponies.
Yeah.
The stepfather starts to feel for the boys. So then the next day, when they're
His daughter was there too, so I mean,
not no, the stepfather.
oh, the stepfather. I thought you said her father.
The next day, the ponies are to be transported to the slaughterhouse, but all the men show up to stop the transportation, led by the stepfather. He gives this rousing speech, and they block the train. They say that the ponies belong in the pit, the same as them.
Yeah,
Um,
and they want to work alongside the
yeah,
ponies,
they don't want to
not
change.
the
They don't want to
machines.
change from men to machines. They stand up to the bosses and they go on strike. And if the ponies get taken away, they will never come back. Um, so the boss takes out his anger by punishing his daughter. Everybody's stressed. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna lose their job." Um, and this is where we learn that one of the ponies, Flash, has gone blind for being in the mine so long. And then randomly, there's a horse race. I don't know. Well, or not a horse race, a dog race. I'm sorry. There was a dog race to pass the time. But then one of the men from the mines come running over and they're like, "Hey, there's a meeting by the pit, and they think that they have won the strike." But they basically get told that if they don't come back to work tomorrow, the pit closes for good, and then no one's gonna have a job. So they again ask for the ponies, but they get told there is no place for the ponies. There's a whole another rousing speech, but then the men, however, go back. The men want to go back, but the stepfather wants to put it up for a vote. But there's basically only pretty much nobody but the stepfather and the kids vote to keep them from work. So they have to go back. So the next day comes and they begrudgingly go back to the mines. Alice tells her father she will never kiss him again as long as she lives because she's so upset.
I thought it was hug.
I don't know. I wrote down kiss. I don't know, but maybe.
She
Um,
said she was never gonna hug him ever again.
okay. The ponies are giving the men a hard time trying to be loaded in the cars because they're blind and they don't know what's going on and they're scared. At the same time, there's a large explosion in the mine that shakes the whole town.
Dun dun
Do you
dun.
want to take it from there? Or you know what's going on?
Yeah. Do you want me to take it from
I
there?
mean, it's up to you.
So there's a huge explosion, and they said 8 men, but it looked like there was more than 8 that were stuck down in the mine,
Hmm.
and they couldn't get to them. And as this lady's luck would have it, the mother of the film, her husband,
The
which is the
stepfather.
stepfather, is down there again. Um, so she could potentially lose a second husband to this mine. Um, the kids are not happy, and everybody's kind of scared.
Everybody rushes in.
Yeah, so everybody's like on board trying to help out. They're talking about how, what do they call it? I don't, it's had a specific name to it, and I don't remember exactly what they called it, but basically the gas that's from whenever it falls or whatever, you have to be really careful because if anything sparks, it'll make everything blow
Well,
up
plus they're
again.
running out of air.
Yeah.
And I
So
thought to myself, God,
so you've got gas that's
mm,
highly flammable just floating around in places, and then you're also running out of air as well. They're trapped. The guys don't even know if anybody knows they're down
yeah,
there.
they have a like grim realization of what's happening.
One of them is like very injured. The stepfather of the movie is kind of like helping everybody around. He's not injured. So they start to look at a mine plan, And then somehow it comes up to, because they're like, well, we could go in the back way. And then they're like, well, we'd never find that way. It's going to be dark. Nobody knows that way. You'll get lost. And it's dangerous because you're going to get lost in the mine. And then they're like, well, the boys, the oldest one mentions, well, Flash knows his way around down there. And I went in through the back. You can go in through our mine and Flash can take you there. So they basically use Flash, the number one pony, that knows his way around, even though he's blind up on ground. He can see and find his way down because he just knows where he's going to help get the miners. So they use this pony to find the people. They find an area. They, I guess, start being suspicious. I don't know because you don't really hear anything. And then they start knocking on the wall. And then the miners on the other side that are trapped are like, oh my God, they're here. They actually found us. So they start knocking back on the wall to let them know. And then they dig a hole out and start getting the miners out and leaving them up. So everyone is starting to go back up on ground. Yay, we found everybody. But then they unhitch Flash. And, well, Flash is Flash. He's the best pony down there. He's just been unhitched, so he knows he's off shift. So nobody realizes that this pony is like, okay, I'm done. I did my thing. And he just starts bebopping back to his stall to get fed because his shift's over. He knows it's over. And I just looked over at you and I was like, this is about to be the worst movie ever. And needless to say,
So
everybody gets out. They all make it up on ground. The oldest boy is kind of like looking around, like, where's Flash?
yep, the
And
men
that's when they realize, oh no.
yep. So the men are rescued one by one, like you said. Flash continues his journey on memory and wanders deeper into the mine instead of to safety.
Yeah.
Um,
The stepfather then offers to, he's like, well, I'm going to go get Flash. He means a lot to everybody. I mean, he's been there for all of us. And the oldest was like, no, don't go down there,
so that's a change of heart.
which is technically what his dad did for this guy, but he was going to do it for the pony because he knew how much the pony meant to the kids and everybody else. Like, this pony has really just saved the day. And without this one pony, it probably wouldn't have happened. And right before he's able to go down there and the boy stops him, another explosion happens.
Much to the emotions of everyone.
Yeah,
But Flash was a hero. He was a hero till the end.
it was.
He finished his shift, which he did,
Yeah,
and he was comfortable down there. And he went back to his place until his next duty. So he did it. Um, that's
yeah.
sad, right? And then the next scene, randomly, there's a large parade going on and a dinner celebration for the miners' picnic.
Talk about like a complete 180 of emotions.
Yeah. Um, the sad boy, everybody's there. The sad boys run off to watch the ponies
Yeah.
in the field, but the stepdad goes to comfort them and they reminisce about Flash. But the boy says that, when Flash was above ground, he knew he was blind,
Yeah.
but underground he was home. He did his job till the bitter end.
Yeah.
Um,
So at least he died in a place where he was happy.
and then the boss slash Alice's father, actually, no, I think it was actually his boss. It was the old man. He says to honor Flash that the land has been dedicated for the ponies to live freely.
Yeah.
And then the children run off to play with the ponies. And that's our film.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, all these men are down here like there's no way out, there's no way in. But there's conveniently a camera crew filming, so they could have just followed the camera crew out.
You doing this just because we took him on a tour.
Oh, documented somehow we didn't magically transport to 10 years before we were born to watch it live. So
Anyway,
actually many years because this was from 1909. So 80 years before we were born to watch it live. So
there was several times where they had tea in this movie. It was
Hmm.
Another interesting tidbit I didn't touch on, but
So yeah, that's a film.
yeah.
I kind of liked it more than I thought I was going to.
I definitely liked it way more than I thought I was going to. I did not have high hopes at all going into it. I was just like, ugh.
So then, what are your thoughts or facts or ratings and fun stuff like that?
All right. So IMDb gave it a 6.8 out of 10. I ended up giving it a 6 out of 10. I would have gave it a higher score, but you killed Flash.
They kind of had to. It was like a focal point of the movie.
I don't care.
Okay, but they had to.
Well,
It was sad though, but
too, so they didn't get a higher rating.
there you go. Any facts that you missed out on earlier?
No,
Well, then, does this film make your list upon a star?
it does not. You kill my favorite character, you're not making my list.
I mean, I'm sure if we read your list, there's some death to your favorite characters. But either way, what is your list upon a star?
Okay, Jeffrey, is there any deaths to my favorite characters in this list? No, there's not. All right, so my list upon a star is 101 Dalmatians, The Parent Trap, Sleeping Beauty, Dumbo, The Apple Dumpling Gang, The Strongest Man in the World, Napoleon and Samantha, Snowball Express, The Jungle Book, and The Aristocats.
Yeah, so this isn't making mine either.
Why not?
My list is pretty strong. I liked this film. It's just
It's because they killed him, wasn't it?
Alice was my favorite character. It's the third film that we watched with somebody named Alice. Can you name them all?
Well, I would say Alice in Wonderland, 101 Dalmatians, and this one.
Hmm. Great. So my list upon a star is currently at number one, 101 Dalmatians, at number two, Mary Poppins, at number three, Peter Pan, at number four, The Robin Hood, at number five, Alice in Wonderland, also named Alice, number six, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, number seven, Babes in Toyland, number eight, The Apple Dumpling Gang, number nine, Napoleon and Samantha, and number 10 on the chopping block, The Aristocats.
Did you not think I
That
was going to be
right
able?
here.
Did you not think I was going to be able to name all the Alice
No, I mean
characters?
they're all on our list. It's fine.
No, they're not.
Well, they're both on mine.
Well, this one's not.
That's true.
You picked
Um,
three.
so yeah, thanks for watching. We made it 40 years from
Ooh.
1937 to 1977, and in that 30 years was 129 films because our 130th film, also released on the exact same day as
Is a
this film.
banger.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that next time. It is a film. It is a film. It's a compilation film. Of the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. We will save our conversations about that till next time. Um, but either way, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for making it to the year 1977 with us. That's kind of a good feat. We made it 40 years. That's substantially older than we are. Um, by the time that we get out of 1977, it might not be. Who knows?
Oh.
But now that we only do once a week. But either way, so thanks for watching us. We are on Instagram. We are on Spotify and YouTube if you want to watch us and listen to us. Deep Diving the Magic, and you could reach us at deepdivingthemagicpod@gmail.com. I look forward to going no days in the future, up to the same day as now of March of 1977 for the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. But we'll see you then.
Thanks for deep diving the magic.
Bye.
Bye.